Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I am your boy, Big Al Better, joined as always by Matty Betts. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome on in. Please like, subscribe, and follow along. We're going to be doing videos all football season long. We got over-unders, spreads, teasers, parlays, touchdown scores, prop bets. We got everything all season long. We do 4 videos a week for you guys all through football season. Matt, anything else to say about kind of how we do football season before we hop into the schedule breakdown for the Philadelphia Eagles?
No, just one change that we're going to be doing last year for all the primetime games. We did 4 pick parlays where it's either touchdown scores or prop bets that we throw in there into a 4 pick parlay. We're going to be changing that to a 3 pick parlay. Didn't see as much success as we wanted to last year, so we'll have a little bit lower of odds with one last pick. Try to hit it at a little bit higher of a rate this year. Just something, just like it's just a learning curve for us. Like last year was our first year, like doing all these bets and having a channel and like recording them and stuff like that. And normally it's a 4 pick parlay. Cool, you hit it or you don't. It's kind of like one of those like one-off things. You don't throw a ton of money on it, just like one unit usually. But we're gonna be learning. That's what we're trying to do every single year is just get better at betting, get more successful every single year. So maybe that doesn't change as much and help us, and then the next year we'll just be doing 2 picks from a game or something like that. I think we'll probably end up sticking with 3, but that's kind of just like the gist is like we're trying to get better for you guys, so you guys are winning more money, just like we are winning more money too. So that's just one way of where we're getting better every single year.
Absolutely. And last year, Matt, we hit at a 55.5% rate on our locks of the week, which is one of our things we do. We give out 3 games every single Sunday slate. We hit the 55.5% rate, which if you guys are, anywhere near professional gamblers, pro gamblers hit at 53. You have to hit it over 53 to be profitable. And so we're 2% above that. That's a good rate of return. And then also, Matt, you hit at 63%, or no, 55% on your over-unders for the season. I hit it over 60% for the spreads. So we were just kind of all over it all season long. So can't wait to jump into it again. But that's not what we're here about. We're here about the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to go through their entire schedule, give you guys our leans on their wins and losses, and then at the end we'll tell you guys what the book has their line at. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Matt, you got anything else to say before we kind of hop into this?
No, just that this isn't really our normal content. So if you guys are like, hey, we're here for betting and gambling and all this stuff, and all we're seeing is a schedule breakdown, we still have about a month until the season actually starts. So this is something that we're doing to lead up to the season, so to give you guys an outlook on like, okay, where's their mind going to be, and also freshens us up too, because we have to talk about these teams, we have to talk about their win totals, and it kind of sets the stage for the whole entire season of, okay, how good do we think this team's going to be, and then that's going to actually play into like over and unders throughout the whole entire season, especially when they're playing against another team. It's already going to be fresh in our brains once the season actually starts, and we're just be able to hit the ground running just to make sure that we give you guys the best bets in our opinion in our minds.
Absolutely. All right. Well, with that being said, let me hop into what the Philadelphia Eagles did in the offseason. They lost Darius Slay left. James Bradbury left. He's another corner that was really good for him. Isaiah Rodgers, another corner left. They lost 4 corners. They traded C.J. Gardner-Johnson. They traded Jacorian Bennett. They traded Kenny Pickett. They lost Josh Sweat. They lost Kenneth Gainwell as well. As far as additions to the team, they signed Zach Bond, who had a great year, to a long-term contract. They signed Adoree Jackson, who I believe played for Tennessee, but don't quote me on that. He's a DB. They signed him to a contract. They signed another linebacker, Azeez Ojulari. Kendall Lamb, O lineman, Matt Pryor, O lineman, Terrence Marshall Jr., a wide receiver, and then they signed Kyle Granson, Patrick Johnson, Avery Williams, and Harrison Bryant. So these are all new additions to the team. Their secondary is kind of getting reworked. And other than that, they've had a great front seven for years. Their O line is one of the best. They re-signed Saquon to a longer term deal, re-signed Cam Jurgens to a longer term deal, and re-signed Lane Johnson. So the offense is going to be pretty much exactly how it was. And then the defense took a little hit to the secondary, but I think they're reworking it, so they should still be good. And that pass rush is ridiculous. So, Matt, with that being said, let's hop into the schedule here. We got week 1 at home, ring ceremony, Thursday Night Football, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. How do you see this one go?
They get a win here. I'm very high on the Cowboys this year, but I like the Eagles. I think that week 1, like we see it every year, like the last like 2 years, 3 of the last 4 years we've seen the Chiefs. They normally win when it's that home game, ring ceremony. You get to load up the trophy again. So it's just going to be an exciting time for the Eagles, and you don't see a lot of teams lose that week 1 unless maybe that secondary is struggling a little bit. Maybe we get a closer game than we think, and it's like a 40-45 game, and the Cowboys do end up winning that game. But yeah, give me the Eagles here. I mean, you take it for face value and what it's worth. They just won the Super Bowl, and they get the first game at home. Give me the Eagles here.
Absolutely. I'm in lockstep with you. I don't think they lose this game. I'm not high on Dallas this season anyway. And I think the Eagles coming in against a new regime in Dallas is just kind of a cakewalk for them. Week 2 at the Kansas City Chiefs. We get a Super Bowl rematch week 2. I do believe this is the primetime game. Pretty incredible slate. There's a ton of good games this season, and this is a premier game, week 2.
Week 2 at the Chiefs. See, this one's tough for me
Hmm.
because you're at the Chiefs. Chiefs have a good defense. It didn't show up in the Super Bowl in a neutral site. We'll see if maybe it does in this one. What we saw the Eagles do to them in the Super Bowl was just an embarrassment to everything that Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs organization, the Hunt family, like that's not something that we're used to seeing at all, is seeing them get blown out and just, it was like 40 to 7. Like 45 to 7. Like it was just an embarrassing outing. I think that's a bad taste in the Chiefs' mouth, and I think that they want to get revenge here. So I'm gonna give the Chiefs a win here. Although I don't love it because we literally just saw them play in a neutral site and the Chiefs got absolutely destroyed. So I think they'll have a better game plan. I'll give the Chiefs a win here at home, week 2.
Okay. I am right there with you. I think that they get their revenge, they get the rematch, and I think it goes a different way this time, especially being at home in Kansas City. And for all the other reasons you just said, also I think Andy Reid and Mahomes are probably like, we're never letting that happen again, so they're going
Mm-hmm.
to want revenge. So I like it. Week 3, they go back home, they take on the LA Rams.
This one's tough too because we saw the Rams almost beat them in that champs game
Divisional round.
or divisional round. Yeah, exactly. Excuse me. So I don't know. We also talked about this though a couple videos ago when we were just going through it, and it's like when we started talking about the division, it's like when you play against the Eagles, right, and you have to play in Philadelphia, it takes a certain caliber team to be able to win, right? And I think that there are very few teams that we're going to put on that list. The Rams are high up there on my list for this season, but give me the Eagles here to take care of business at home. I think it's pretty cut and dry right there.
Okay. I'm going to be on the opposite side. I think we saw the Rams in that snow game come in and play really, really well, and they were one Puka Nakua catch from that first down to get a touchdown. I think that game goes a little bit differently. So give me LA here actually to get a little revenge in this new era. Puka Nakua, Devontae Adams, Kyron's going to have a good day, and no weather to deal with because it's going to be September in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, we got Week 4 at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm just going to go and say that the Eagles win this game too. There's just different caliber of teams, and like I do like the Bucks a lot this year, but give me the Eagles to go into Tampa Bay and get the job done there.
Okay, I love Tampa Bay. I love Baker Mayfield, but it is Philly. So give me a dub here for Philly as well. I just think it's a tough task to ask Baker to go in there and take on that defense. Week 5, they go back home. They take on the Denver Broncos.
This one's going to be a win, and I know what people are saying. It's like, oh, well, Denver's going to have the best defense in the league. It's like, that's fine and all, but you got a second-year player in Bo Nix going up against this stouted pass rush and the front seven. Yeah, give me the Eagles here in this one all day long, especially at home. Saquon's going to go for a ton, even if they are the number one rush and just number one overall defense. You still can't stop Saquon. We saw that against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. You just can't stop him. He is inevitable. He is, in essence, Thanos. So, yeah, give me the Eagles in this one.
Yep, I am right there with you. I like Denver as well this year, but I think Philly's just a little bit above. So give me a dub here for Philly. Moving on, we got Week 6 at the New York Giants.
Yeah, this one's going to be a dub here again. Giants, we know they're probably not going to be a great team this year. They're going to be kind of an average team, but their schedule is not favorable to them at all. So, yeah, give me the Eagles here.
Okay, I would love to give something to the Giants, but I can't do it. We don't know what they're going to be. We got to see it to believe it. So give me also the Eagles here with a dub. Moving on, Week 7, they head to Minnesota. How do you see this one playing out?
This one's going to be another win. Um, I know it's on the road in Minnesota, and I could see the Eagles losing this game, but it's J.J. McCarthy, and I kind of just said the same thing about Bo Nix, where it's a second-year quarterback, but he didn't play last year. So he's pretty much still a first-year, maybe a little bit more than a first-year quarterback, but yeah, give me the Eagles defense to just, make it a very long day for J.J. McCarthy.
We can call him a first-year starter
Yeah, there you go.
versus calling him. But yeah, first-year starter against this vaunted defense, and with how good we know the offense is. I mean, we get the Minnesota has a good defense, but we're talking about one of the best offenses in football. So yeah, give me Philly here with another dub. Week 8, New York Giants now come to town. So you played them in week 6, and then you play them again in week 8. We get both the New York games out of the way early. Matt, how do you see this one going?
I'm gonna give them a win here too. I think it takes a certain caliber team to actually be able to beat the Eagles twice, especially like inside the division. So I'm not taking the Giants to be able to do it. So give me the Eagles in this one too.
Okay, I am right there with you. Yep, we already kind of talked about it with the at New York Giants game. They're not on the same level. So
No.
week 9, Philly gets a bye. They come back off the bye and they head to Lambeau Field, the Holy Land, Green Bay Packers, taking on Philly. How do you see this one playing out?
Okay, so I am gonna give them a loss here, only because it is Green Bay. It's Lambeau Field. So give me Jordan Love. We've seen enough from him to know that he's a great starter in this league. That defense is actually going to be good too. It was surprising because last year they weren't their biggest weakness wasn't running the football. Like that wasn't the biggest weakness for
Yep.
their defense like it normally is. So yeah, but I'll give Green Bay just because they have the offensive weapons, they have the talent there. Defense, yeah, probably not as good as the Eagles' defense, but I like Jordan Love to be able to kind of pick them apart a little bit. I could easily see Eagles winning this game too. It's like there's not many games that you could be like, oh, I see the Eagles losing this. It's like no, I can see them winning every single game on this slate just because of how dominant they were last year, what they did in the Super Bowl, all of that. But yeah, give me a win here right after the bye too, which sucks because it's like I'd want to give them a win after the bye. Like everybody's fresh, rested, especially that's huge for Saquon. But yeah, I'll give Green Bay a win here just because, why not? May as well.
Okay. I'm obviously Green Bay Packer fan, so I'm going to be taking Green Bay in this one. I think they win this game. They played Philly twice last season. Both games were close. That playoff game should have been a completely different
It
thing. It
should have
started
been.
off bad. So yeah, give me, and they held Saquon to under 100 yards until the final minute of the game when the game was out of reach. Saquon broke off a big one. He got over
Mhm.
100 yards, but they kept him bottled up all game. So give me Green Bay here. Moving on, Week 11, Detroit Lions come to Philly. How do we see this one going?
I love the Lions this year. I've loved the Lions for a couple of years now. Love Dan Campbell. They lost their OC and their DC, so yeah, give me the win here for the Eagles. And you're also trying to go into Philly and win? No, not gonna happen. Not this year. If they still had Ben Johnson and somebody else, I give them more of a chance. But it's also a home game for Philly. You're not going into Philly and winning. I don't think many teams are this year. So yeah, give me a win here for the Eagles.
Yeah, I agree. Philly off of a loss, they're going to be pissed off. They're going to I don't know if they're going to kill Detroit, but then also you got to think it's starting to get colder. You're going to be in Philly outdoors when you're a Detroit indoor team. I just don't see it happening.
And
So yeah, give me
we know
Philly
Jared
win
Goff's
here.
record outdoors. So
Yeah, yeah, he kind of shook that a little bit. I think he had a couple games last season where he kind of shook that. But yeah, we still his record is still his record. So moving on, week 12 at the Dallas Cowboys.
this one divisional game, like I said, it takes a certain caliber team to be able to beat a divisional opponent twice. I don't think the
Yep.
Eagles are there to be able to take on Dallas twice. Give me Dallas a win here at home.
Yeah, unfortunately I'm gonna be there with you. I think they split with Dallas. I don't love Dallas, but I don't think they're gonna totally suck. So yeah, give me an L here for Philly. Moving on, we got week 13 back at home against the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, give me a win here, real quick. Not really anything we have to talk about. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I like Caleb Williams to go into Philly and win. Sorry, it's the revenge game for Ben Johnson, but I don't care. Don't see that
No,
happening. Give me the Eagles.
it's not because
Oh,
Ben Johnson's from Detroit.
what?
Ben Johnson's from Detroit, not from Philly.
Oh, that's right. You're right. My bad.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yes, I'm in lockstep with you. I'm not here. I'm not here to say Caleb Williams is going to walk into what's Gillette? No, Gillette's
No,
in
that's
New
the
England.
yeah.
Uh, Lincoln Financial Field and go get
There
the
you go.
job done. I don't. That's going to happen. So yeah, I'm right there with you. Week 14 at the LA Chargers.
At the Chargers. Give me a win here for the Eagles. Eagles and Chargers kind of run the same type of game. They don't want to throw the ball a ton, but they can if they need to. I just have the Eagles defense and their O line and their running game too, just being a lot better. So when you factor in all of that, statistics wise, also personnel and players, yeah, give me the Eagles here.
Yep, I'm with you. I think Philly fans are going to flock to that stadium and they're going to take it over. So yeah, give me as much as I love the Chargers, give me Philly here. Week 15, they head home. They take on the Las Vegas Raiders.
This one's another win. Just don't think that the Raiders are going to be there, and the Raiders aren't one of those teams that I'm going to be like, oh yeah, they can beat Philly. Like, sorry, that's not happening. Not at home.
Right.
I
Yep,
actually
I
don't think
agree.
I don't have Philly losing at all at home,
Okay.
or at least so
Dome
far.
team. Dome team coming outside in what's now going to be December. Yeah, give me Philly against Las Vegas here. Week 16, they head to the Washington Commanders. Obviously, Washington beat them once last year and played them in the champs game, which was I believe that was pretty one-sided till the end of the game, but it was kind of like garbage time when Jaden Daniels finally scored some points.
Yeah, give me the win here for the Commanders, a loss for the Eagles. I'll have them split.
I am
But
I'm with you. Yeah, I think they split, but based on the record I'm seeing here, not to spoil it, it's looking like they're going to have the division tied up. So they might just lose that last game against Washington.
yeah,
And but we got to go through Washington's schedule to know that. So yeah, give me the L here against Washington. I think Washington's still going to be a pretty good team. Week 17 at the Buffalo Bills. This is a tough way to end the
yeah,
season.
it is.
Washington, Buffalo, Washington. That's
Yeah,
a tough 3-game stretch for a not too tough of a schedule, I feel.
yeah. This one's tough for me, but at the same time too, give me the home team here. Give me the Bills. Give me Josh Allen.
You want Josh Allen.
I want Josh Allen there. It's a tough one though because the Eagles are super stacked, and like the Bills just don't ever seem like they are, but they always win their division. They always have a great record, and they're always like ready to go for the playoffs too. They go toe to toe and beat teams in the playoffs that we think they shouldn't beat. Like last year, it was like the Ravens. They shouldn't lose to the Ravens, but or they shouldn't beat the Ravens, and they did. So yeah, it's just like, and I've said that the Ravens are way more stacked than the Bills. The Bills just have all these no-name players, but Josh Allen just carries that team, puts them on his back, kind of like Jalen Hurts does, but I would say in a more dominant way than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I don't know. Buffalo doesn't have an AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, or Saquon Barkley on their team. So, but yeah, give me Buffalo. I think Buffalo's good, and I think for whatever reason, when these high tier, I'm not even gonna say it because it's not even whatever. Yeah, give me the Buffalo Bills here at home to take it on Philly. I think they can win this game, and then the final game is Week 18, back at home against the Commanders.
And I will give them a win here at home against the Commanders.
Yep, I'm gonna be right there with you. They end the season 2 losses, and then they win the final game, and that's gonna be how their season goes in our opinions. With that being said, Matt, I don't know how many wins you gave them. I gave them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wins.
I have them at 12
I
wins.
thought I gave them more.
I'm
Way
at
more.
12 and 5.
12-5. I've
12
got them at
wins,
11
5
and
losses.
6. What does the book have their line at, Matt?
Book has their line at 11 and a half. So over 11 and a half be at plus 110, then the under would be at minus 130. So for you
And
would
we
be
are
on the under.
right.
You would be on the under. I would be on the over. Hmm.
We're riding right on that fence line there. And I mean, honestly, the half game is inside the margin of error because they could obviously, when I'm looking at my list, they could beat Washington twice. They could beat Buffalo. They could beat Green Bay. Um, they could beat the Rams because I had them losing to the Rams, or they
Hmm.
could beat the Chiefs again. And then if that happens, then I'd be on the over now. But no, I mean that's a pretty strong. Honestly, I said that it's not that tough of a schedule. It actually is a really tough schedule. Philly's just that good of a team.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's literally just because of who they are. Like
Right.
because they're Philly, we are gonna give them the benefit of the doubt here. Just be like, oh no, like you're gonna win this game. You'll win this game. Like we have them winning. Um, a home game, I guess, but it's against the Lions. That's a tougher game. But like the schedule, honestly, isn't that hard because you just have the Chiefs and the Bills. Like their division's tough because you have the Cowboys and Commanders. If the Cowboys are actually even good this year, like the
Hmm.
Commanders will be good. But I mean, yeah, Raiders, Chargers, I guess, yeah, they're a playoff contender. But like
And you got
Bears,
to play the NFC North, which is going to be one of the best
yeah.
divisions in the NFC. And then, yeah, you've got like you said, the Buffalo game. You got to play the Chargers. You got to play Denver.
Mhm. It's tough.
Like these aren't easy teams to beat. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, no, I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good win total considering how tough their schedule really is.
Yeah, when you break it down for sure. But yeah, that's all we got for you guys in this video. Anything else you want to add out before we close this thing out?
No, I think we kind of covered it all at the beginning of the video. Thanks as always, guys, for tuning in, and we'll be catching you guys in the next video.